This is an HP427 volt ohm meter that I picked up at the swap meet today, and it seems to really not work at all. It's got nothing works right on it, in fact. So I was able to find some limited service information online, and I'm going to start with checking the power supply. So you see these random meter fluctuations. I'm finding that I'm not able to measure DC voltages above the 0.3 volt range. Doesn't measure at all. The lower ones work. I've got all those random fluctuations, but if I look at the output of the DC amplifier that feeds that meter, right now I have about 12 volts going into the meter. You can see it's steady. So whatever's happening is happening beyond the DC amplifier, which feeds into the function switch here. So I'm kind of looking at something going on with the function switch. This is a pretty complicated device here. Well, I wasn't able to recreate that ticking of the meter on a voltage scale, so for now I've decided to investigate another of probably many problems with this meter, and then see if correcting those other functions corrects the other issues on the voltage measuring side. Alright, so going over the circuitry here, for the DC voltage, the 1 volt scale and higher is not working, and so I traced it down to one of these 3 resistors here in this DC calibrator circuit. It's actually R5, the 5K, just right here. And I went ahead and unsoldered it from the board, and the part of it that's failed, it seems that the wiper is okay, but this little piece of aluminum here, and it's hard to see it, but this is the other end of the resistive material. So I'm gonna, it was a little bit green and corroded, and I scraped it off. I'm gonna just try to solder a little jumper from there to the case and see if I can get the resistor to work again, the variable. Otherwise I'll just get another one. Alright, here's my handiwork. That tiny little bit there soldered over to the case. I'll go ahead and reinstall it in the meter. Let's see what happens. Okay, I've got 6.78 volts going in off that little deteriorated 9 volt battery, and that's about what I have on the scale here. I see it jumping a little bit, but that seems to have fixed it. That's fixed the higher ranges. The lower ranges were working on DC, so that's fixed at least up to 10 volts. Okay, ohms. This meter works a little differently than other volt ohm meters I've worked with over the years, and that infinite ohms is all the way over on the right. So open circuit, you adjust the calibration down here, and it even says ohms infinite. I didn't catch that, so I thought there was an ohms problem, but there doesn't appear to be. I've got a 10K resistor, actually 11, and you can see it's I'm on the 10,000 times 10K scale, and on the ohms about 11K there. So just one more thing to check, and that's going to be the AC voltage, and I'll just need my test oscillator for that. Okay, here I am with the meters all put back together. All the side panels are on, and this 427 could be battery operated, and this monster of a battery was inside. It's expired. It's Eveready 763. Yeah, good luck getting that one. I saw on the bottom here, it's printed, well, either 1006 or 9001. Could it be from the first week of 1990? Who knows? But it's expired, about 15 volts coming out of it, and it's a goner. And the bottom was open, so I just went ahead and opened it the rest of the way. And it kind of reminds me of like 9 volts have a smaller version of those cells in it. It's all wrapped up in plastic, and I can't get it out of there because the top is still glued in, and it's got some styrofoam filler. So we'll go ahead and get this battery isolated from the regular trash and on a barge to someplace where it can be disposed of in an environmentally proper fashion. Yeah, right, huh? But anyway, that's going to be the future of this battery. And this is my 204C oscillator that works, and I've had it for probably 30 years. Sine wave oscillator, and it's built in the same form factor as the 427 meter. And so I'll be hanging on to that one. Might go in and clean the amplitude level pot. It's a little bit scratchy. See if I can spray it. Here's the 204C oscillator with one of the side panels removed. And no, I'm not going to get in there very easily, so it's working just fine. I'm not going to bother with trying to clean the potentiometer out. This stuff is just so beautifully built. Incredible. And that's why, you know, it's still working 50 years later. Alright, here I am with 1 volt peak to peak going into the meter from my test oscillator up here. And we should be ending with it on the bottom scale at 0 dBm, 0.775 volts. It's an RMS reading meter, and we're close, but we're not getting that. But for now, I mean, there's a whole calibration procedure you can go through, and I don't have the precision tools to do that, but I could try to do it anyway and see if I could get it closer, but or send it to some place. But no, it's past its prime probably for that. But basically, I'm just going to use this to look for peak voltage and radio alignments and repair things like that. You know, peaking tune circuits for maximum, which is what analog meters are nice for, and this vtvm should do a good job for that. So thanks for watching. That's going to complete this video.